Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is part 6 of our multi-part series where we're rebuilding a 2012 Club Car Precedent from the ground up. I'm Jeff, welcome to Kart Crazy. Say hi, Jordy. Okay, so here's where we're at. Pretty much where we left off on the last episode, part 5. We're going to dive right in here. I've got a few things I'd like to get done today. One of them being get this front suspension buttoned up and underneath here and the steering column back in. That way I can kind of steer it around and move it around the shop a little easier. All kinds of parts from 10 LOL that we're going to be using. Excuse the mess on the floor here, but it's been busy. New brake cables. We're going to put those in. We got our rack and pinion. We've got tie rod ends. We've got shocks. So those are the major things I'd like to get done today, and we'll see if we maybe can't get even a few more things. So on the brake cables, we have a short and a long, and it's pretty self-explanatory. The longer one goes to the passenger side. Short one goes to the driver's side. And if you remember when we took everything apart, it's just a matter of pushing them through the holes in the frame, and then those fingers will spread out and hold it in place. Of course, this is the back side that's going to go to down by our brake shoes, and then this side here is going to go towards the front of the cart. It also has the hold downs, which go on our bolt from our leaf spring, and those are movable. So if they're not in the right spot, we can move them. But let's see if we can get these locked into place. Just like that. Well, that was pretty simple and straightforward. I think I want to go ahead and put our cross beam, I guess I don't know, what do you call this bad boy? Dash support, maybe. Structure support, I don't know. You use whatever name you want, I guess, but that's what we're putting on. I did go and paint the bolt heads for those. I don't know how well it's going to hold up with the assembly process, but we'll get that buttoned down. All right, we've got our front suspension pieces. I did go ahead and paint those. I wanted everything to match, so I did the flat black on those. This whole undercarriage will basically bolt up into these 4 bolts and get that snugged up, and then we can do like the upper control arms and the spindle mounts. You do reuse the original spring mount. All right, so that whole subframe assembly just is all one piece, goes up with 4 bolts. You take the original spring locator and the new bolts that they supply and literally just bolt it up in there. I do recommend having someone help you because it's kind of heavy when you're trying to start bolts. And I've done enough of these, I kind of got a trick to it, but floor jack would also work, but it's a little hard to do the floor jack because right where you need to put the floor jack is where the bolts need to go in. So kind of a trick, and then it's just a matter of putting the upper control arms in and reusing the original hardware for that. And then we're going to use the Heim joints that they supplied, and then we'll put our original spindles back on. All right, so we've got our upper control arms in. Good way to tell which side is which. Obviously the shock mount goes up because you have to connect with this for the shock. When you do the spindles, you need to put, so your, hard to do this one-handed, so your rack and pinion, your tie rod end, will fit on there. Obviously you don't want it on that side because you can't hook up to the tie rod end. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw our rack and pinion on. Tie rods are sold separately, so if you're doing this, just make sure you order the tie rods as well if you need them. Okay, had to get a few things done off camera. Had the heat and air guy here a little bit and was just kind of working while he was here. But got the shocks on. Pretty straightforward. 4 bolts in the front and 4 in the back. Got those all mounted. Did put the hubs on. I had 2 bad hubs. This one, not too bad. I might even be able to leave that one. This one was really bad, and I had 1 new one here, so I'll have to get 1 more. What else? I guess that's about it, but got my motor all cleaned up and taped up. I'm going to walk that outside and spray that down. I've got the steering column out there that should be just about dry. So we'll knock this out, maybe get that motor mounted in, and see what else we can get done. While that motor's out there drying, I think I'll throw the front tires on quick. I left the tie rods and everything loose because, of course, we have to do the alignment yet, so it doesn't make sense to tighten everything down. Okay, mission accomplished, I guess, for today. Got that lift kit installed, and of course, the back part of the lift kit we did on the last video, and I'll just go over that real quick. It is really just a matter of putting those lift blocks in right there, and then you reuse the original shock mount, and then you use the supplied shock mount on the top and just kind of sandwich everything in between, but really, really simple on the back. The only thing is if you're doing this on a cart that's got the body and everything on, obviously it's a little hard to get to, plus if the motor's in, it tends to want to tip on you when you're working because of the weight of the motor. Just be cautious of that. But yeah, we've got our brake cables in. We've got our front suspension. All our steering components. I don't have anything tightened up in the steering. It's just kind of sitting there because a lot of adjustments to be made yet. Got to decide what tire and wheel package I'm going to go with. But we're definitely making progress, and I'm really, really excited to keep going on this guy. I got a long list of parts I've got to order, and well, quite frankly, it's going to hurt the old pocketbook for a minute. But if we're going to finish it, we got to get it done. So I got to stop procrastinating and start ordering some parts. I didn't get the motor put on in this video. It's still out there drying, but that's really straightforward. Just those 3 bolts, and pretty simple on that. Well, we got a ton accomplished today in a short amount of time, and it made it really simple using all of our parts from 10lol.com. Make sure you jump on over to their website, use my promo code Jeff100, save yourself 5% off your entire purchase. I really appreciate them sponsoring yet another video. A lot more to come on this cart. We've got to decide on a body, we've got to decide on wheels and tires, like I said. A lot more painting and prep work to do, so stick around. Another episode coming up real soon, part 7 of the Bandit. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.